Huh? Yeah.
The internet is no problem. It's very low.
No, no, no. Come back. Let you made us go.
Somebody look after the city. I can't do that. No.
गुरुचरणं सद्गुरुचरणम् अमृतानन्दमयी चरणं गुरुचरणं भवभयहरणम् अमृतानन्दमयी चरणं गुरुचरणं सद्गुरुचरणम् अमृतानन्दमयी चरणं गुरुचरणं भवभयहरणम् अमृतानन्दमयी चरणम् अखिलजनाजित सच्चरणं जनिमृतिनाशक श्रीचरणं समस्तदेवैकैकमयं सद्गुरुचरणं प्रणमामि सदा गुरुचरणं सद्गुरुचरणम् अमृतानन्दमयी शरणं गुरुचरणं भवभयहरणम् अमृतानन्दमयी शरणम् गुरुमहिमा सद्गुरुमहिमा अवदनीया गुरुमहिमा गुरुमहिमा सद्गुरुमहिमा अवदनीया गुरुमहिमा वन्दे कायनिदानघनं सद्गुरुचरणं प्रणमामि सदा गुरुचरणं सद्गुरुचरणम् अमृतानन्दमयी चरणं गुरुचरणं भवभयहरणम् अमृतानन्दमयी चरणम् अमृतानन्दमयी चरणम् अमृतानन्दमयी चरणम् ॐ जय सद्गुरु अमृतेश्वरी देवी माता सदा की जय जय गणराय श्री गणराय जय गणराय श्री गणराय मंगलमूर्ति गौर्य जय गणराय श्री गणराय मंगलमूर्ति गौर्य जय गणराय श्री गणराय जय गणराय श्री गणराय मंगलमूर्ति गौर्य जय पाहि पाहि गजानना पाहि पाहि गजानना मूषिकवाहन गजानना श्यामलकरुणा गजानना विलम्बितसूत्र गजानना गजानना ओ गजवदना गजानना 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 ओ
You know how to do it? Huh? You don't know how to do it?
गणेश
You gotta put it, you gotta put it on.
शरणं गणेश गणेश शरणं
Ganesha Sharanam.
शरणं गणेश
Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandaya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namah Shri Rama Jai Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jai Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jai Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Loka Viramam Pranarangadiram Rajivanetram Raghuvansanatam Karunyarupam Karunakarantam Shri Ramachandram Sharanam Prapadye Shri
Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
Shri Rama Jai Ram
Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
Manojamam Marutatuya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtham Vatatmajam Vanarayotamukyam Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
Ram Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranam Tatulyam Shri Ram Nam Varane
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai
जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम 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 श्री श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधार बरनौ रघुवर बिमल यश जो दायक बलचार बुद्धिहीन तनु जान गए सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी नमो सुदशरथ चर बिहारी नमो सुदशरथ चर बिहारी मंगल भवन मंगल जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई जय 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 Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Raja 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 Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Raja 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 Ram 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 Sita Ram Pavanataray Sankataharam Mangalamuratiru Rama Lakshmana Sita Sarita Hridaya Basava Surabu Raja Ram 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 Sita Raja Ram 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 Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Raja Ram 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 Raja Ram 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 Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Sita Ram. There are many forms in Hinduism of gods. Isn't that true? So many forms there are. There are some forms the Lord has four hands. There's the form of Ganesha with the elephant face. And there's the form of Shiva where he sits in meditation with no clothes on except his loincloth and big snakes around his neck. So many forms. So when there are so many forms, and in India, for example, all these forms are taken for granted. You don't question them. No one questions them. Your mother used to do this. Your mother used to do this. Your mother's mothers used to do this. Everyone used to do it. So you think I should do it too. But you see, in today's world, children question these things. Even adults question these things. And also those who are opposed to Hinduism and would like to get some conversion done, they use these examples to lower Hinduism. Well, we have to understand that every form that is given, that you see, every form that you see, most important for you to understand, every form that you see is the form for you to use in meditation. This is what it is. Look at the form of the Mother Durga. So beautiful, such beautiful smile. She has 8 arms which represent all sorts of different powers she has. And her, when you go to do darshan unto the Lord, you know, the person, not here, but in India, they'll walk for hours before they get to the murti in some temples. Hours! As a matter of fact, they'll walk for days. To go to Tirupati during New Year's time, etc., they will go for hours, walk in the line. And when they walk in the line, walk in the line, walk in the line, they go to the sanctum sanctorum, and then they see the Lord. What they do when they go there? They close their eyes. They close their eyes, and they what? They absorb the Lord in their hearts. This is darshan. They absorb the Lord in their hearts. Having walked for so many miles, and they go there, then they what? Then they close their eyes. What a paradoxical thing. They open their eyes while they walk, and when they go there, they what? Close their eyes. And then they what? They absorb the Lord in their hearts. And they keep the Lord in their hearts. And then someone, if you are in Tirupati or Balaji, someone will not allow you to stay that long. They will what? Dhakka mare bhaiya. They will push you to go away. You go to Vaishno Devi, same thing. There is no time because there are so many people who wants to see the Lord. So then you come away. Now, if you go to the Lord and you do not absorb Him in your heart when you go to do darshan, if you come to this temple or any other temple, wherever you go to, and you don't absorb the Lord or the Divine Mother in your heart, then your darshan is incomplete. When you go to Hanumanji, you absorb him in your heart. Huge Hanumanji, you absorb him in your heart. To the Divine Mother, you absorb her in your heart. You go to Balaji, especially on Sunday mornings when the beautiful Abhishek is being done and he's all dressed, you what? You go and you absorb him in your heart. Because the priest will then, when you go for darshan, if there is time and there is no one else, then you ask the priest to do some arti. The priest will do some arti and will say, Natatta suryo na bhati na chanda tarakam. Where the sun does not even shine. Where the sun can't even, the sun's brilliance you can't see because the Lord is so brilliant. What about this little camphor? So, back to what I was saying, you use the form of the Lord for your meditation. These different aspects that we see are the different aspects of that Brahman. Like Ganesha represents obstruction, prevent obstruction. Ganesha represents wisdom. Saraswati represents intelligence. Lakshmi represents prosperity, wealth, inner wealth. Lord Shiva represents what? Kalyanam, Mangalam, auspiciousness. Durga is what? All peace, shant, quietude, and what? Destroy the enemies that are within you. This is what Durga is. So all forms that you see are for meditative purposes. If you understand this point, then you can then answer people and say, listen, these are different aspects of that unmanifested Lord, and I use these forms for my own meditation. And when you use it for your own meditation, if I say, you sit down, you breathe in, Om Krishnaya Namaha, you breathe out, Om Krishnaya Namaha, with every breath in, Om Krishnaya Namaha, out, Om Krishnaya Namaha, and a Krishna is in your heart, or Durga, or Shiva, or whoever, or Ganesha. You keep them in your heart, and your every breath, your breath is, Krishna is immersed in your breath. You will feel that Shanti will come to you. Then you see the Lord, He has Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. Shankha, when you see the Shankha, The Shankha represents what? The universal symbol, Om. When the Shankha is blown, the proper Shankh, it gives the Om, the Nada Brahman. Om it gives. So when you see that Shankha on the Lord, what you think of that Omkar, that universal Lord. You see the chakra, what the chakra represents? Chakra represents Kal. It spins, it's ever changing. It represents time. Everything changes in this world. The whole world changes, and this chakra represents this change. Kala chakra, in Buddhism, there's something called Kala chakra. In our museum it is there. And if you go there, they take 6 weeks to make this Kala chakra. 6 weeks. And very meticulous. They use little pipes with different color sand, and they make this Kala chakra. And at the end of 6 weeks, what do? They destroy the whole thing and they immerse it in the ocean. They are saying the human life is like that. The Lord takes every little minute thing. You know what minutiae is involved in your body? The cells are so small you can't even see them with your naked eye. Not only in the cells, but inside the cells there are other things like mitochondria, nucleus, ribosomes, DNA. They are only within the cells. Can you imagine how smaller that is yet? Smaller and smaller and smaller it becomes. He takes all those little things and then he makes this what? This huge body of yours to deal with. So now we are doing Ganesh Visarjan, Ganesh Puran, Ganesh Yagna, and it is Ganesha, this long trunk. There are 4 F's I'm going to give you. Vitamin F. This long trunk of Ganesha, you know what it represents? It represents flexibility. 1 F. You read that? Flexibility. It represents what? It represents flexibility. In other words, you got to write it. In other words, you must be flexible in life. Some of us are too uptight and we are too chust. Chust means we are determined it must be this way only. Only this way. And if it is not this way, it can't be right. My home must be this way. My bed must be this way. My table must be this way. My food must be cooked. This is the only way to cook. 1F, the Ganesha trunk is very flexible, you see. See that trunk? Very flexible. It can go right down, it can curl, it can pick up. So Ganesha, the trunk of Ganesha is telling you, be flexible in life. You know what causes a lot of tension in life? When we are what? Inflexible. When we are inflexible, it causes a lot of tension in life. We can't do it that way because my mother never used to do it that way. I can't do it that way because it's my parampara, it can't be done that. No. And you must remember, Hinduism is a dynamic religion. It changes with time. It's not the same 10,000 years ago, or 2,000, or 1,000, or even 100 years ago. It has changed. Why? Because this world is changing. Children are changing. One thing you don't want to change, what? And sometimes the old is always good. So you must try to be flexible. Next thing, Ganesha is teaching us that we must be fair in life. We must be flexible. We must be fair. Don't judge others. Don't let your mind go and judge people. And how you can be fair? You can only be fair if you can control your inner energy and if you can control your inner feeling. Then you can be fair. You must be fair in life. Don't judge others. Be fair, and then when you can be fair, not only must you be fair, you must always be friendly. You must be fair, you must be friendly, you must reach out to others. And when you reach out to others, your mind becomes very, very energized. You'll be surprised. When you reach out to others, for whatever reason, when you reach out to others, you become so energized. Ganesha is a friendly God. He is the head of all gods, and he's saying, I want you to be friendly with each and every person. So you must be flexible, you must be fair. You know it's difficult to be fair? You know why it's difficult to be fair? Your children come before others. You always go towards your children. You gravitate towards whom you are attached to. And because we gravitate to whom we are attached to, we become unfair to others. People in high places, nepotism it's called. We always like to what? To give our own the best and rob the others that deserve more than what we have given to our own, because we are not fair in life. Difficult. It's not easy to be fair in life. You can always say, you know what, I am fair. It's difficult to be fair in life. So you must be flexible, you must be fair, you must be friendly. Last F, you must be firm. In whatever undertaking you do, you must be what? You must be firm. And when you are firm, when you are fair, when you are flexible, and when you are firm, when you are firm in you're firm in what? You're firm in your principles. Leave it. You are firm in your principles. This is what you are firm in. You are firm in your ideals. Don't let anyone shift you from your values. Your values must be firm. Not because, leave it alone, please. But not because your values are firm, you cannot be flexible. You know what your values are, but you must be what? You must be flexible. You must be flexible, you must be fair, you must be friendly, and you must be firm. Firm means what? No one will put me on the wrong path. That is firm. No one will tell me that I must go somewhere where I do not want to go. That is firm. You must understand to use firmness and flexibility in such a way that you can maintain our values. And who gives us this? Ganesha. Ganesha is written in the Rudram. It says what? Om Namo Ganebhyo Ganapatim Vyascha Namo Namo Bhratebhyo Bhratapatibhyascha Namo 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 Gritsebhyo Gritsapatibhyascha Namo Namo Virupebhyo Vishwarupebhyascha Namaha. He is described as what? Vishwarupa. He is the full form of the whole universe. And when his Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati were getting married, the first prayer to was Lord Ganesha. I cannot emphasize this too often or enough. You must understand, when Parvati and Shiva were getting married, they prayed to Ganesha, which means there was a Ganesha before this Ganesha, the Adi Ganesha. Him they prayed to. And how Shankaracharya also praised the Lord. He says what? Sureshwaram Nideshwaram Gajeshwaram Ganeshwaram Maheshwaram Tamashraye Paratparam Nirantaram. Adi Shankaracharya, he offered praise unto Lord Ganesha and told him was Sureshwara, Nidhishwara, Gajeshwara, Ganeshwara, and he also named him what? Maheshwara. So it says what? Sureshwaram Nideshwaram Gajeshwaram Gajekshwaram Ganeshwaram Maheshwaram Tamashraye Paratparam Nirantaram. So on this beautiful period of Ganesh Chaturthi, where we have completed this prayers unto Lord Ganesha, we ask that, in the yajna that we have done here today, may he bless us, bless all the people who participate, all those who sponsored for the nights, etc. May He bless them with fullness. Purnatvam. May He bless them with fullness and allow their minds. You see, when you are asleep, when you are in deep sleep, there is no mind. Isn't that true? There is no mind when you are in deep sleep. No mind at all. You don't desire anything. You don't want anything. You only desire something if you are awakened, because of some reason you are awakened, then you desire something. As soon as you are awake, you desire something. But once you are asleep, there is no desire. The mind is what? The mind is shant. That is why I say, when you pray to Ganesha, you say what? You breathe in, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Say it. Om Gam Ganapataye. Breathe in, breathe out. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. With every breath in, with every breath out, you call Ganesha. The whole being becomes full. And when you say the Omkar represents the Nada Brahman, Shabda Brahman. What is a mantra? A mantra is a sound. You can make up your own mantra if you want. If you want, you can make up your own mantra. If you know Sanskrit and you know it well, you can make up your own mantra. Just like how Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya was made up by rishis. Om Namah Shivaya was made up by rishis. Gam Ganapate was made up by rishis. You want to make up your own mantra? You may do so. But if you want your mantra to have Shakti in it, have power in it, you have to do it millions and millions and millions of times. Then the Shakti will come. So why should you do that when it is already handed to you? That is why antiques are much more pricey than the new things in the shop. An antique vase, an antique carpet, an antique car. The other day I saw in the papers, an antique car was sold, I don't know for how many millions of dollars. Car, antique car. Here's where antique is better than new. And this, I'm saying, this mantra which has been chanted by the rishis and saints and sages for thousands of years, why do you want to use your own? Use that. And when you use that, the whole body becomes filled. The body becomes filled with a fullness. The Omkar alone allows you to be filled. You say, Om. The sound of the Shankar. Om. It gives you a fullness. And that fullness is what we get when we are in deep sleep. When we are full, when you eat and you're full, someone offers you something to eat. Unless you're a glutton, you don't want it. Is that true? Unless you're a glutton. But when you are filled, you're what? You're calm. You're all calm. You want nothing else. That is how we must be in life. We must have a calmness in our lives. We must have our lives must be spiritual. Only when your lives are spiritual, then you can get peace. Materialistic you must be so that you can live, you can eat, you can get your home, you can get all these things. You must. But spirituality has its own value. You know, Christ spoke about this in the Bible. He said, when you become so peaceful and when you become one with yourself, it's a peace that passeth what? Understanding. The beautiful thing about in a Hindu temple, you can speak about Christianity, you can speak about Islam, you can speak about any religion. Isn't that true? But you go to their places, they speak with nothing else about their own religion. So Christ has said that it's a peace that passeth understanding. And when we have that kind of faith, you see, when you pray to Ganesha, you must have that faith in him. When your faith is combined with understanding, you then become, your faith becomes stronger. You no longer have a belief. You know for sure. Just like how you know there's a nose on my face. If someone says, is there a nose on your face? You say, no, I don't see my nose. And someone smack you in your nose, then you'll know you have a nose. There's a nose on your face. You don't have to look for it. It's there. So when you know that your God, you have firm faith in your God, just like how you know you have a nose on your face, this comes with our understanding, our belief, and our faith. Ganapati, Ganesha, he rides on the little what? Mouse, isn't that right? People come, when people come to a Hindu temple, they see what? They see mouse, they see snake, they see tiger, they see all these things. They get bewildered. But there's an explanation for all of this. Durga sits on the tiger because the tiger represents what? Lust. The tiger represents lust. Lion, she sits on the tiger of lion. The lion hunts, etc. Amba sits on the tiger. It represents lust. All these things have a reason. The serpent on Shiva represents what? Longevity. Long life. Serpents have very long lives. Serpents not only in Hinduism, serpents are also in what? In Christian religion. Adam and Eve and the serpent, etc. Yeah. So here we are. These are the various aspects of Hinduism. We should try and understand what our religion is, and then we can go forward. Bhajan.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva. माता जाति पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश देवा
जय गणेश देवा माता जाति पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश देवा
लक्ष्मण को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा भोग लगे मन को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाति पार्वती पिता महादेवा
जय गणेश देवा
बुधाधारी हाथ पे सिंदूर सोहे मूस की सवारी जोगियों के दुर्गहर जोगियों के दुर्गहर परमानंद देवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाति पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश देवा धन को आप दे दुनियन को पाया
We pray to God so that we can go from unhappiness to happiness. Is that true? That's what we all pray for. There's some noise coming from somewhere, and I don't know where it is coming from. Whether it's from the back or the front. The people in there, by the desk, they always keep a lot of noise also too. If somebody is there, can you tell them to keep the... They have nothing to do but to keep noise. But anyhow, so as you were saying, we go from unhappiness to happiness, right? The unhappiness to happiness. If it is dharmic means in the spiritual way, where you cause no one any grief, no one any harm, so for you to move from unhappiness to happiness. As you know, some people are happy when others are distressed. Isn't that true? That's a happiness some people get. When I hear that, so-and-so who did not like me or who spoke ill about me, something goes wrong with them, I feel happy. That is an unspiritual type of happiness. We pray to go from unhappiness to happiness, not by causing others grief or become happy because of others' grief. We want to go from unhappiness to happiness in the spiritual form, in the spiritual way. And then, when you go from unhappiness to happiness in the spiritual way, what will happen to you then? You will go continue to go from happiness to happiness to happiness to happiness. Once it is in the spiritual way, or dharmic way, the religious way, the way that you do not cause any other people grief. You continue to go from happiness to happiness to happiness. But the ultimate goal is what? Anybody knows? What's the ultimate goal? What's the ultimate goal? To go from happiness to no self. There's no more self. I don't feel this body anymore. I'm just in constant, what is known as awareness. I'm in constant awareness of the divine. So many mystic saints, not only in Hinduism, Christianity, Sufism, so many mystic saints, they have found that peace, that passeth understanding when they feel, but when there is no more self. You are what? Samatvam. If it comes good to you, you're happy. If it comes bad to you, you're happy because what? You are no longer this body. You are what? You are your Atman. You are that God that is within you. This is what we must. It's not easy to get. It's a difficult thing to get. To get from happiness to no self. Very difficult to get. So we pray and we ask Ganesha, Mudat Karat Tamodakam Sadadi Vimukti Sadakam. Modakam Dadami Mukti Sadakam Galadayavatam Sakam Virasi Rakshakam Anayakaitanayakam Vinashite Bhavadvaram Anayakaitanayakam Vinashite Bhadayyakam Natashupashinajakam Namamikam Vidayakam Shankaram Nirastadayyakundaram Varam Parema Vaksharam Tripakaram Chamakaram Mudakaram Yashashkaram Tripakaram Chamakaram Mudakaram Yashashkaram Namaskaram 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 Jai Ganesha Jai Ganesha Jai Ganesha Deva Om Mata Jage Parvati Pita Magadeva Kanchana Marjanam Nirantaropi Vajaram Niraya Devanandanam Suraya Karvacharvanam Prapanchanacha Bhijanam Dhanandayani Bhojanam Prapanchanacha Bhijanam Dhanandayani Bhojanam Kaporadana Varanam Ajitadana Varanam Jai Ganesha Jai Ganesha Jai Ganesha Deva Om Mata Jage Parvati Pita Magadeva Danta Kanta Manta Kanta Kasma Jana Chenjaro Mandai Samantaraya Kundanam Nirantare Nirantaram Yasantameva Yogina Nirantare Nirantaram Yasantameva Yogina Tameka Gantameva Tam Chintayami Jai Ganesha Jai Ganesha The prayer of an aspirant goes like this: not riches but peace, not worldly power but wisdom. And who you get wisdom from? Ganesha. So this aspirant means one who is seeking the Lord, spiritual aspirant. Not riches but peace, not worldly power but wisdom, not talents but meditation and self-surrender. You can only surrender when you have faith in the Lord. Otherwise you can't surrender. So not riches but peace, not worldly power but wisdom, not talents but meditation and self-surrender, not oratorical skill, but what? But silence. How many of us pray for silence? Not many of us. Not many of us pray for silence. We are silent when we are in deep sleep, is that true? Except, of course, if you snore, then you're not silent. But thank God you don't know you're snoring. If you're sleeping near to someone, they will know you're snoring. Or some people, you don't have to sleep near to them to snore. You can be in the next room. Somebody can be in the next house and hear the person snoring. That is called Indian snoring. You know when you get the best snore? You ever know when you get the best snore in India? When? When you travel on a train. When you travel on a train, then you hear the most snoring. You can't sleep and the fellow is snoring. You are trying to sleep. You want to, place is uncomfortable. You want to sleep, you can't sleep, and you will hear this loud snoring. So there you are. Not riches but peace, not worldly power but wisdom, not talents but meditation and self-surrender, not oratorical skill, but what? Silence. The mind must be silenced. The mind must be silenced, and when the mind is silenced, the whole body is silenced. And when the body is silenced, you don't think anymore. You're what? You're complete peace. You have not given up. Although you're silent, you're fully energized. This silence I'm talking about is not a silence where you're silent and you feel that, I'm just a lazy person. No, you're silent, but you're fully energized. You are, when when a teaspoon of sugar goes in a cup of tea, the tea becomes sugarmay. When you have that silence, you become what? You become what? Bhagwanamay. You become what? All filled with the vibration of Bhagwan. All the vibration of the Omkar then what? Goes into you. So you pray and ask, what do you pray and ask for? Not riches but peace, not worldly power but wisdom, not talents but meditation and self-surrender, not oratorical skill but silence, not fame but self-restraint and self-sacrifice. You look at all the great leaders of this world, all the great leaders who have lived to tell the tale of freedom and truth, they always exercised self-restraint and self-sacrifice. Mandela, Gandhi, all these great personalities. Self-restraint and self-sacrifice. Not possessions. I pray not for possessions, but I pray for contentment. Not possessions, but contentment. Not premiership, but strong aspiration. I must aspire. I must aspire to get to know who you are. Aspire to know who I am. Aspire to forgive. When Christ was on the cross, what he said? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. We must be like that. Not kingdom. We must not pray for kingdom, but we must pray for divine virtues. Virtues like compassion, virtues like kindnesses, virtue like trying to help someone. Someone says something against you, forget about it. Someone says they don't want you, they don't want to see you, alright, fine. What can you do? Don't harbor enmity in your hearts, because it saps our energy. It saps the little energy that we have. When we harbor hatred, jealousy, greed, it saps our energy. When you harbor compassion, when you harbor helping people, when you harbor to do self-sacrifice, it energizes us. It energizes us to such an extent that we can do so many things in this world. So, not kingdom but divine virtues, grant me, O Lord. So I'll read it one more time for us. And also to remind you what I said this morning, the 4 vitamin F that I gave you this morning. As a doctor, I can prescribe vitamin for you. So this morning I prescribed vitamin F. You must be flexible. You must be fair. You must be friendly. But at the same time, you must be firm. I've elaborated on those already, and I will not go back to them again. So be flexible like Lord Ganesha's trunk. So us are so inflexible. Inflexible people are usually fanatics. Usually they are fanatics. From all sorts of religion. Hinduism, every religion. They have the fanatics. So you must be flexible. You must be fair. You know when you are fair? When you can give more to another man's child than your own child. Then you are fair. But we do the reverse, isn't that true? My child must have the best of the pie, and the crumbs must be given to the rest. So we pray and we ask, not riches but peace, not worldly power but wisdom, not talents but meditation and self-surrender, not oratorical skill but silence, not fame but self-restraint and self-sacrifice, not possessions but contentment, not premiership but strong aspiration, not kingdom but divine virtues, grant me, O Lord. So this is the conclusion of our Ganesh Visarjan prayer. We are going to pray to the Divine Mother for 2 minutes and then we are going to continue.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः जय मां जय मां जय मां जय मां जय मां जय
do Ganesh Visarjan. And if anyone would like to go on the boat with us at 1 o'clock, their tickets are available outside. Gita Dhyana.
Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavatam Narayanira Swayam Vyasena Raditam Purana Muninam Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshine Bhagavate Ashtadacharayane Advamana Sandadami Bhagavat Gite Bhagaveshini Namo Sudeva Sarishaya Murte Puraya Vindaya Tapadalendra Nira Tvaya Bharata Kala Purna Prajvalito Jaya Maya Pradipa Prapanna Parijataya Dhotraitaikapanaye Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Gita-Madhyaduhe Namaha Sarva-Upanishado Gavo Durga Gopala Jandana Pardo Sadhudhokta Durgam Gita-Mritam Vasudeva Sukam Devam Kamsa-Chanonamardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Bhishma Roma Tata Jayadata Jala Gandhara Nilopala Shalyana Vajidvipena Vahani Garjena Vela Kula Ashwatthama Vikarna Dhauramatra Duryodhana Vardhini Shotirna Kalpanga Vairanani Kaivartaka Keshava Parasarya Vachasaroja Mamalam Gita Jagandodakam Nana Gyataka Kesaram Harikatha Sambhodana Bodham Loke Sanjana Sharparaya Hara Vidhiyamanam Buddha Bhuyal Bharata Pankajam Kalimala Pranvam Shriyam Shreyase Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulam Gayate Girim Yadripadamaham Vande Paramananda Madhava Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudramadhava Stanvanti Dike Sabhaye Vene Sankapala Brahma Panishadaye Gayanti Yam Samada Jnanavartina Tadakatena Manasa Vashyanti Yam Yogino Yashyantam Navidursura Devaya Tasmai Namaha.
This Gita Dhyanam is very good to learn, good to keep it at home. Now and then when you are depressed, read it, it'll help you. Don't always go for pills. When you're depressed, you drink some pill that elevate you. When you're manic, you drink some pill that will depress you. And you go like a what? You go like a yo-yo. 40. You go like a yo-yo, so you must, if you use these prayers, they help you quite a bit. So we go to chapter 4, verse 40. Agyascha Shraddadhanascha. It's not easy to read, you got to practice it, otherwise it's difficult for you to read. Agyascha cha, agyascha ashradhanascha, ashradhanascha. It should be a. The a come in front of the shraddha. It means, shraddha means faith, one without faith. Ashraddha. Ajnanascha ashradhanascha. Sansayatma vinashyate. Nayam lokosti na paro. Na sukham sansayatmanah. Agyascha ashradhanascha. Sansayatma vinashyate. Nayam lokasti na paro. Na sukham sansayatmanah. So Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjuna, you see the shloka before this shloka is a very beautiful shloka, which I did last week. I'm sure all of you have forgotten, but It says what? Shraddhavan labbate jnanam tatpara sanyatendriyam. The one who have faith, the one who have complete faith in me, O Arjun, will always surrender to me. So know what he's saying in this one? Ajnanascha. The one without any wisdom, the one who lack all understanding, who feel that when he gets up in life, when he prospers in life, it's because of me. It's because of me I have done this. And so what is filled with? Is filled with ego and egocentric desires. The ajnanascha here does not mean the unlettered one. It meant the one without any wisdom. Ajnanascha ashradhanascha. And the one without any faith. He has no faith. Sansayatma vinashyati. He what? He is possessed by this constant doubt. The constant doubt in his mind that, does God exist? I don't think God exists. If he exists, I have not seen him. And I have got so much in life. It's all because of me, because of my ability, because of my talent, etc. We have no faith. We have no knowledge, we have no wisdom, and so what? We are buffeted by the waves and the torrents of the ups and downs of life, and we blame, eventually, who we blame? We blame God when things are not going right. The person whom we don't have faith in, the person whom we do not surrender in, the person whom we have no belief in also, when things do not go right, what we say? Lord, the person, when he has no faith, he has no belief, he is filled with doubts. He has no faith in himself. He goes for a job interview, he lacks faith. He lacks confidence. When he goes to do anything in this world, he has no faith in himself, he has no faith in his whole being, he has no faith in a higher ideal. He goes constantly from one thing to another and can never be settled. Nayam lokosti na paro. What about himself? Not even in this world. Nayam loko. In this world also he can get no peace. Because we lack understanding, and when we lack understanding, we lack the powers of discrimination. And when we lack the powers of discrimination, we do not know how to surrender. We must have a higher ideal. This is the beauty of this Gita. He is not saying you must surrender to me, Krishna. He does not say you must surrender to me, Durga. He says surrender to the higher ideal that you know. The higher ideal that you believe in. Surrender to understand. You must understand that this is the higher ideal. Because of him, although a man may have a beautiful diamond, a woman may have a beautiful diamond. But when you look at the stars, is a diamond as beautiful as the star? Is a diamond as beautiful as the moon, the stars, the galaxies? Is it as beautiful? You have a beautiful car. Is it more beautiful than the flowers and the trees and the rivers and so many? I know it's convenient, but I'm talking about beauty, real beauty, natural beauty. This is the Lord. The Lord is saying, not even in this world you'll be happy. Na sukham sansayatmana. And you'll never have any sukha. You'll have everything. House, you'll have car, job, money, all these things you'll have. But you're always trying to put down someone. You always want to show how big I am. You always want to tell the other guy, you're not as big as I am. You are consumed by these things. And the higher you get, the more it becomes. Not until you have that complete faith and surrender in Him, then that what? Peace will come to you. When the Manaha, see Krishna, when he was depressed, when Arjun was depressed, Arjun represents the intellect. The horses represent the five senses. When Arjun, the intellect, was depressed, what did he do? He turned around to who? Turned to Krishna. Don't let the depression weigh us down. Remember, you have faith in yourself, have faith in your higher ideal, and you will always win in the end. Let us welcome the Lord. Jai space in front. Why you all don't come up in front? There's sitting waiting at the back. Come up, come up, come up, come up. There's so many people sitting way long at the back. Please come up. There's a lot of space up in front here. Pull it up a little bit. breathing through the right nostril, retaining it for 10 seconds, and breathe out through the left nostril. Then you redo it by breathing through the left nostril, retain for 10 seconds, and breathe out through the right nostrils. That is one pranayama. You do 2 such pranayams, and the reason why the saints and sages have caused us to do pranayam, because what pranayam does, it helps to quieten our mind, quieten our desires, quieten the fickleness of the mind. This is the reason for the pranayam. You may do so if you so desire. Do pranayam. We do 2 omkars. Deep breath in, and on the exhalation you do the om. You may do the om, half of the om with the mouth open, half of the om with the mouth closed. When the mouth is closed, the om reverberates throughout the whole body, and also it affects the hypothalamus and the brain, which sits right on the top of the palate. The bone on top of the palate, the brain sits there. It helps that. So 2 ohms, deep breath in, and then now we go into silence. In the center of your forehead, the seat of the soul. Talk to God in your silence. Don't let the mind think about anything. Just you and your God. Thank Him for all the beautiful things that He has made in this world for all of us to enjoy. The beautiful breeze, the beautiful sunlight, the beautiful sunset, the beautiful sunrise, the beautiful flowers, the beautiful birds. Let's thank Him, and let's ask for contentment. Let's ask for wisdom. Let's ask for self-sacrifice. Silent meditation. Talk to God. He is listening to you in your silence. Thank you for all the good things. Thank you. Thank you. Feel an upsurge of energy in your body. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti
Shanti Om.
Sadarukavyamandanan Mrityamukshayamamritatiyo Asato Mahasamgamaya Tamaso Mahajyotirgamaya Mrityurmamritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saviryam Karavavai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mavidvishavai Om Shanti 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 Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Kaschit Dukkha Bhagave Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Please keep this meditation with you and remember what I told you about today. Try to be friendly, try to be fair, try to be flexible, but at the same time be firm in your values. And also I told you about leading from unhappiness to happiness, the religious way, the spiritual way, or the non-religious way, and going from happiness to happiness to happiness, and eventually to no self. It is, I say it, you hear it, and 5 minutes you, what? Forget it. Vegetu? भूल जाएंगे. इसलिए आप हमेशा हर हफ्ता आते हैं ना, क्योंकि आप, how much is there for me to say? Not much. In 1 week you can say everything. But why I continue to say it every week? Because we forget. We don't remember. And we pray to God, but not for riches, but what? We pray not for riches, but for peace. We pray not for worldly power, but what? Wisdom. We pray for self-respect. All these things I said this morning, I know how much you all are so brilliant. You all remember everything. Those who are going to Ganesh Chaturthi by their own cars, if they can give some people a lift, it'd be a good idea. You can let people know the desk. If you are going to Ganesh Chaturthi, for those who have just come this morning, we take the Lord Ganesha and we're going to sink it in Lake Ontario. We're going on a boat cruise for 4 hours. There's still quite a few tickets available. If you'd like to go, please see the front desk. We'll take the Ganesha and we'll sink it in the Lake Ontario. So this is what I have to say. And today's announcement, Preeti Bhoj is prepared by Mr. Purushottam family. He's from the India Gate restaurant in Newmarket. He has prepared Preeti Bhoj for all of us. We're going to eat. I'd like to thank him and hope Bhagavan bless him and his children. Purnima is on Wednesday, September 18th at 6:30 p.m. Pitri Paksh begins on Thursday the 19th, that's the next day after Purnima. And there's a third Diwali Gala and fundraiser. We're asking you to please support it. As you can see, we are doing our stucco. We are going to put a tower over the museum. All this, if you can help us with a table or so, it will be very good. Please see Krishna outside. Diwali program, Sunday 3rd of November. All children interested in performing at the gala, please contact Tej. Bal Bihar class is full. We have 158. I don't know why to put on this announcement still, but just let you know, we can't take any more children in Bal Bihar. I think they're full. Seniors club next. We have a fully licensed Montessori school. We have quite a few toddlers, and we are in the process of making the playground better. Put little better, what do you call that thing? Some rubber something they're putting on. It's quite costly. It costs about $15,000, but people want it for their children, and we're going to try to do that. Sangeet classes, monthly event, and that's it. Now we're going to have the prasad. The boat will leave at 1 o'clock. So those who are going on the cruise, please be at the boat by 1:45 the latest. We are leaving the temple at about 12:15 with the Ganesha. 12:10, 12:15. Right? Rakesh? 12. Acha, now let us do a Ganesh bhajan now. Let's do the Lord Ganesha. We'll do this on the boat. This will be the theme song on the boat. courtesy of Shankar and Jaikishan. You know who? You know who Shankar Jaikishan? You don't know? Acha. Ram Sita Ram.
Sita Ram kahe, chahe bidi raat raat, kahe bidi rahe. Sita Ram Dukh bihar ka, Ram se ahaar le. Dukh bihar mein jaye, Ram tere saath hai. Bidi naam jaat jaat, Hari naam kahe. Sita Ram Sita Ram, aaj saaj saaj, maan mein paayega. Bhola pyare nahi joshi, Ram ji ko gaayega. Baliya satya shubh, aur Sita Ram Sita Ram, gite sohi sao, aadri zataye. Mera mera jaane, jhopdi nivaas hai. Ram diye baar, Ram Ram kahe. Sita Ram Sita Ram,
विसर्जन तुम्ही विश्वकर्ता तुम्ही विश्व ज्योति में हो प्राण भरता तुम्ही काल के काल हो शक्ति धानी विकारो स्वयं वंदनानी दया धर्म की जगाओ जीवन पंच मेरा प्रभु जगाओ हरो पाप मेरे हरो भाव भक्ति मुझे नाथ दो तुम देव शक्ति मुझे मोह माया के सागर से तारो
Parvati Padare Har Har Mahadeva. Well, this concludes our 7 days yajna to Ganesh ji and all those who participate. Bhagwan Ganesh bless them. We should all go to the Ganesh Visarjan. It's not very much, it's $20-25. Let's all go and it's a nice time. In 4 hours you'll be back. We'll sing Ganesha, we'll get more food. Too much food is given here. You eat now, you eat in Ganesh. Anyway, it's a nice time. Let's all go if we can go. Aarti.
Hare